welcome back to Pia Talks, and we are talking about Tiger King, murder, mayhem, and madness. Yes, I said that. So, first I have to say that maybe 6 or 7 months ago, I listened to the full podcast, which is called Joe Exotic. And the podcast is wherever you find podcasts, it's available and it's free to listen to, and it is amazing. And I can tell you now that I have listened to the podcast, then watched the documentary, which debuted on Netflix on the 20th, that everything has cemented together. I mean, being able to put faces with the names that you heard and the people that they talked about in the podcast, you're like, what in Sam hell? Like, this cannot be real. I mean, at first glance, you think, oh, this is a comedy. It's a parody. You know, you don't know that this is legitimate. You think maybe this is a half-baked Lifetime film. You know, no, this is somebody's real life. I mean, within the first 10 minutes of the documentary on Netflix, one of the guys says about Joe, who is Joe Exotic, he is the Tiger King. Oh my God. The guy says, and I quote, he's a completely insane, gay, gun-toting, drug addict fanatic. That was a lot, right? But I mean, it explains Joe perfectly. What? I mean, I don't want to blow anything for you. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm not about to tell you the entire story because then you won't have to watch it on Netflix, but I really want you to watch it on Netflix because, listen, please watch this on Netflix. We are stuck in the house through the coronavirus situation right now, so there's plenty of things for you to watch on Netflix. Please watch it on Netflix and then come back and put it in the comments. Let's talk about this. Like, I need to talk about this with somebody else besides my sister. So, the funny thing is, I called my sister this morning and I said, you have to watch Tiger King, and she busts out laughing and she says, I'm watching it now and I can't believe this is legit. This is real life right now. Total real life. So Joe is this guy who fell in love with tigers and decides to open himself up a zoo in Oklahoma, right? However, Joe is just half-ass everything, you know what I mean? So he hires this ragtag band of people to run this zoo, okay? And none of these people have veterinary training. Like, these people are straight up out of jail, backwoods, we'll just figure this shit out type of people, right? So, oh my gosh, I mean, it's really hard. It's hard to explain, but Joe has everything there. Monkeys, tigers, lions, bears, ligers. Yes, he has crossbred tigers and lions. He has ligers there, a snow leopard in the middle of Oklahoma. I be damned. Do you know what I mean? Like, what? Where I live, we have one of the top rated zoos in the country here, and I don't recall if our zoo has a snow leopard or not, but I'm pretty sure that if we do, he is in a cooler climate. Not Oklahoma, damn it, outside. I mean, really. So anyway, Joe has the whole cub petting and everything. He dresses up like a cowboy. He sings country music that I don't know what that is, but anyway, he also has not one, but 2 husbands. 2 of them, right? They get married in this weird ceremony and they're all wearing these pink button-down shirts with flowers on them. You know, boutonnieres. Is that what you call them? Oh my God. Oh, Jesus, please. Watch this on Netflix. So anyway, oh God. Anyway, you can tell when he met the third for the couple, the throuple or whatever, when he met that dude, you could tell that the dude is not gay. No, as it turns out, neither one of the dudes that he married were gay. They were just drug addicts. They were on that meth. I mean, holy crap. So anyway, Joe ends up getting into it with this lady named Carol Baskin, who is in charge of Big Cat Rescue. Big Cat Rescue has a huge popularity on YouTube. She's everywhere, right? So Joe is on YouTube too. Joe has decided that he is going to film every activity all day 24/7. If this man cuts a blade of grass, damn it, it's on video, okay? And we are going to see it, right? So most of this documentary is all of his footage. This dude gets pissed off at Carol Baskin because she doesn't like the fact that he has cub petting, and she thinks that he's treating his animals inhumanely. So he sets up his YouTube channel and he goes in after this woman every single day, to the point where he's threatening to blow the woman up. It's just freaking ridiculous. And in between them talking about Joe and his nut self, they show another tiger owner, zoo owner named Doc Adil, and that man is nuts all in himself. He's got some kind of alleged cult going on where he's got all these wives who just do whatever the hell they tell them, and they dress up funny and they wear, listen, these private zoo people are very special. I've never seen anything like this. So Joe hires this guy named Rick, and Rick is supposed to turn Joe's videotapes and all his footage into a reality show, which, let me tell you, if this had actually become a reality show, I would be sitting in front of it every week like, what the hell is Joe up to this week? I'm telling you, I would watch Joe the same way I watch Swamp People. I am so in love with that show. Listen, they could never get me out there on the boat. I just wouldn't go. But let me tell you, I love those people. Shoot him. Anyway, I love that show. Okay, so back to Joe. So Joe gets upset with Rick because Rick owns the rights to all that footage. So all of a sudden, Joe goes out of town, but Joe's studio and alligator pit gets burnt to the ground. In the studio was all the footage that belonged to Rick. Joe threatens Rick, and Rick hauls ass. Like, he is ready to get the hell out of Oklahoma and that nasty place that Joe lives in. All the people that work there live in these nasty, disgusting trailers. Dear God, they video recorded all that grossness. But anyway, the people that work for him, most of them seem like lovely people. There's a girl that works for him. She made a mistake, and a tiger or a lion, I cannot remember, one of them ripped off the damn girl's arm, and she still works for Joe. Like, she still worked there. She loved him. She loved the place. She didn't want to leave. No. So later, Joe runs for president. What the fuck? Okay. I don't know. Anyway, he runs for president. It doesn't work out. So then he runs for governor. Well, when he runs for governor, he's passing out his campaign slogans on condoms with his face on them. Really, Joe? He's out wrangling tigers and, running around with lions and all this stuff. Well, anyway, he ends up trying to outsmart Carol Baskin over there at Big Cat Rescue, and decides to put his own website up called Big Cat Rescue Entertainment. Takes all of her copyrighted stuff and puts it out there like it's his. Well, Carol says, oh, hell no. So she takes Joe to court, right? She takes Joe to court. Joe loses because he's a total jackass. And then he has to start giving Carol his shit because she's like, oh no, I want every damn thing. I want your money. I want everything. I want your property. I want your animals. I want your bed. I don't know why she'd want that nasty bed. It seemed like it might have bed bugs. But anyway, Joe starts blowing shit up because he don't want to give it to Carol. In comes this guy named Jeff Lowell. Oh my gosh. So in the midst of fighting Carol for all this money and everything, Joe transfers the zoo to all kinds of other people. He sucks his parents dry, uses all of their money, and ends up just pretty much devastating his family financially. Then Joe then Jeff steps in. Jeff is supposedly rich. He steps in and Joe signs over the zoo to him. Then they get into it. A whole bunch of stuff happens. The FBI gets involved. Next thing you know, Jeff has put Joe the freak off the damn zoo, and he's hauling ass, right? He's hiding because he knows the FBI is coming for him. He has used zoo or park money for his freaking campaigns when he was trying to be the president and trying to be the governor, which he knew he wasn't going to get the hell out of here. So, oh my God. In the end, Joe ends up in jail for trying to hire a hitman to kill Carol Baskin. Oh my gosh, which there is a big cloud of conspiracy and stuff around Carol too, because her third husband ends up missing. And the only person that benefited from his death / being missing is Carol. So everybody is looking at her with a side eye like, we know you killed him and put him in the tiger pen and they ate him. That's one hell of a death, right? Anyway, we don't know any of that. All of that is alleged. The police said they have zero information. They have no idea what could have happened to this man. But I'm telling you, after all these years, the man is dead. You're not going to find any evidence, but I would hope that after all this publicity from the podcast and from this documentary, that some cold case unit would pop on the scene and try to figure out what the hell happened to him. Because Carol, according to the people in the documentary, got anywhere from 5 to 20 million for this man being dead or missing. And also they stated that this magical wheel appeared in case of my disappearance. Now, I don't get a chance to look at a lot of wills. I really don't, because, you know, that's just not what I do for a living. But anyway, I have never seen a will that said in case of my disappearance. I don't know. Have you? Do you ever sit around and think, man, I've got to get me a will in case of my disappearance? Oh my gosh, no! Nobody does that. Anyway, this documentary has so many crazy ass cast of characters. I am begging you, please watch this documentary. Please jump in the comments. I have to have somebody to talk to about this documentary. These people are crazy as hell, and I have enjoyed every second of it. I just don't get it. These people exist. There are people who live like this, and I don't know anybody like that. And I mean, if you enjoy these videos, subscribe, like, share, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content. And until next time, bye.